we have gathered information that the organization DMG Gaming and Adventures may have a new video. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to watch this video hosted by David Garcia. The video is a non-spoiler review of Mission Impossible Fallout. As always, should you or anyone on your team be captured or killed, the Secretary will disavow any knowledge of your existence. This message will self-destruct in 5 seconds.
Mission Impossible Fallout is the 6th film in the MI franchise, and one has to give credit to the studio for one major thing: the ability to adapt. The earlier entries into the series were action-packed, but the story was always very loose and not overly important. As the franchise has evolved, they've done a great job in finally establishing a continued narrative and overall arcing story. In my opinion, this has made for a more enjoyable cinematic experience, as you now feel more vested in the continued story as well as the well-paced action scenes. So on that note, Mission Impossible Fallout stars the incomparable Tom Cruise, returning as the legendary IMF agent Ethan Hunt. Returning with him are Simon Pegg, Ving Rhames, Alec Baldwin, Rebecca Ferguson, and returning to the film after a 2-film hiatus minus a quick cameo in MI4, Michelle Monaghan, who reprises her role as Hunt's wife, Julia. Also returning from the last movie is Sean Harris, who portrayed the leader of the syndicate, Solomon Lane. This returning core of actors seemed to have a great chemistry, and it shined in this film. Cruise as Hunt just fits like a glove on hand. Pegg and Rhames are 2 of my personal favorite actors, and their banter in this film is as great as ever. Baldwin and Ferguson both were also great and just added another layer to the film. Baldwin in particular looked great in this film, appearing to have shed a lot of weight in recent years. Monaghan's character, as always, adds a level of complication to Hunt's life, and Harris shined as Lane, who in my opinion is the second best MI villain behind Philip Seymour Hoffman. Debuting in the franchise are Angela Bassett, Henry Cavill, and Vanessa Kirby. Bassett played her role well, and I could see her becoming a mainstay in the franchise going forward. Kirby was also great, and provided a shade of grey to her character, which was very intriguing. But it was Henry Cavill who was the one that shined from all the newcomers. It was great seeing him step away from the cape and S of Superman to show that he has the potential to perform outside of the superhero genre. He was definitely the show stealer of this film behind Tom Cruise. So as I alluded to earlier, the biggest positive with this franchise is the building of an overall arcing story. That story is front and center in this film, and it makes for a compelling ride. The action scenes were intense and at a furious pace, albeit a little over the top, which doesn't really take away from the film since it's pretty much expected at this point in a Mission Impossible movie. The film has a satisfying conclusion, and it is set to where the franchise could be put to bed or continue on with a 7th film. I believe this approach is great, because they now have a core in place should the franchise continue, but they've also left the fans in a satisfying place with a wonderful conclusion, should Cruise decide to hang it up as Hunt once and for all. I hate when I watch commercials dubbing the most recent release of a film franchise as the best in the series, as it's usually overhyped and not entirely accurate. In my personal opinion, Mission Impossible 3 still stands as the best film in the franchise, primarily due to the incredible performance by Hoffman as that film's antagonist. But I can't say this film is definitely a close second. This one is on the shoulders of the performances from the entire cast, especially Cruise and Cavill. If you like your action films, make sure to get out and see this film, as it's probably the most complete action film of the year. Mission Impossible Fallout gets 4.5 IMF agents out of 5. That's all the time we have today. Thank you for watching this video. Please leave a like, subscribe, and comment below. Let me know what you think of Mission Impossible Fallout. And as always, whether you're a nerd, a geek, weird, or a freak, embrace your uniqueness, because no one has ever stood out by trying to fit in. Thank you, and see you next time.